Nope, there he goes. Well, that ain't a slab daddy, but he's a good one. Little black crappie. Yes, sir. Just about, man, he's kind of borderline. I think I'm going to let him have another chance. Later. Well, hey guys, we're back and we're going after them crappie. Happy 2023 to everybody. I hope you have a wonderful fishing year this year. This is my first crappie fishing trip of 2023, and I'm hoping to catch some good ones before that river gets in here and floods this lake. It's going to flood it, turn it mud red, have current in it. But I got a local reservoir that's got some pretty decent crappie in it, and we're going to see if we can catch some of them big giant slabs out of there. Let's see what we can do, guys. Yeah, I would like to just catch some crappie today, and if I get to hook into another one of them big slabs, I'll be happy. Especially this time of year. They get really ticky unless you find them. And like I said, this water is murky. It's not like fishing a clear lake like my local reservoir. It's clear. It's so clear I'll have to be careful. I have to sneak up on the fish. This, I mean, as long as I don't drive over them, they might stay up there around the debris if they're there. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a good one. That's a good crappie. If I can get him in. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Nice one. Yeah, he's not too bad. That crappie right there is 13 inches. He's a pretty good one. We'll take him. Yeah, I got down to 4 degrees just before Christmas last year, and which, as you know, that's only a couple weeks ago. But we're having to deal with that weather coming up on and off too, and that can mess up things too. Old fish don't want to bite when it's like that. You might get lucky and get in if you can handle the temperatures. I got some pretty good clothing to handle some fishing temperatures, but nothing like that. That's just too much. Now if you're in like ice, like most of these people ice fishing up north, and they can get in these tents and stuff and little cabins, and what do you call them, shanties. They get in these ice fishing shanties, and they can get them a little buddy heater and put in there and stay pretty warm and cozy sometimes, and you still need some heavy clothes. But I'd love to do that, but our ice, we do get ice here, but it don't get thick enough to where where it's safe, where you can walk on it and drill holes and stuff like that. It has got that thick one time, but nobody was worried about fishing at that time. The river froze over one time and it pushed blocks of ice up. We just didn't want to deal with that. So, oh, look here. Oh, there's another one. He got me tangled up, but I'll get him in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good eating size. We'll take him. There ain't nothing better to me than using this beetle spin to search for crappie and have some old holes out here floating around, and then you hear some splashing going on and just grab it and pull him in. And that's some smart crappie fishing right there. Because if I depended totally in the wintertime, if you only depend on one lure, you don't always succeed and catch enough to make a mess of fish. But when I use these poles, I use 4 or 5 trolling poles and keep me a gap open here for casting, I always catch a mess of fish. I always catch a mess. So I mean, unless there's some odd reason they just get completely shut down, I can sit out here and catch me a mess of fish every single fishing trip. And I don't have no live scope. This is a Sonar. This is a side imaging Humminbird Helix 7, just a little bitty thing. That live scoping, if you got the money, that's the way to go. That way you can eat. But if you ain't got a live scope, you got to do like me. You got to troll some poles and stuff You got to use another lure. You know, I used to use 2 jigs. I take 2 jigs and I'd cast them out there, and I'd let them touch the bottom, and I'd pull them up about like you're worm fishing for a bass. And I just cast jigs and catch fish, and then keep on trolling, and I always catch them as a fish. But I like this beetle spin because it's not just a regular beetle spin, it's a souped up hot rod beetle spin. Got a gold blade on there, perforated willow leaf. Then I put a Bobby Garland jig on there. I don't use them grubs that come with them. They're not for crappie. That's a crappie bait right there. And then you put a minnow on there, that's another crappie bait. So I turned this thing into a crappie fishing machine. It's not a regular beetle spin, it's a customized beetle spin. You know, everybody say, oh, that's old school. Not this. This is not old school. This is new school. This is crappie school right here. That's why it's different. And that's why I've been catching crappie on it for almost 2 years now on this beetle spin. I finally decided I was going to start using these beetle spins with jigs and minnows. And when I started, I didn't use a live minnow on there. I was testing, still in the test procedure, and I was trying to catch bigger crappie in the middle of the summer when it was hard to catch them. Throw that minnow on there and boom, started catching the big crappie. So it's all been, you know, trials and tests that's got me to where I'm at now. But it's not just on the beetles. Most of the time I can catch them as a fish with just this. But if they're not biting real good and it gets cold in winter, you got to try other things to make up the difference. You know, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poles I'm trolling around and casting this too. So that's 5 more chances I get to catch that crappie, you know. Oh, there she is. A nice one. Come on in here. Yes, sir. That's a good crappie. Love it, love it. That's a good one. We'll take him. Oh, there he was, and I lost him. Back out there where he was. See if we can catch him. Sit that right there for now. Probably was a little one, I don't know. See if I can get him with the beetle spin. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There's a little guy. Get over here, little guy. There we go. If he'll let me grab him, I'll surely throw him back. Yeah, a little black crappie. Later. I had a wonderful 2022 year. This 2023, I hope it's going to be one of my best fishing seasons yet, but I did have a great time. We did a lot of bluegilling during the summer. We did a lot of crappie fishing. We caught bass. We just caught everything. Had a really good time. Interactions with you guys, you know, communicating in the comments and stuff. That's really nice to have that one-on-one with you guys. Kind of know a little more about you. You know, I considered doing a live, you know, doing lives every once in a while. The problem is I'm in an urban area in a small town, and they don't have no mega. 6 meg is all we get. 6 meg per megabytes per second is all the internet speed I can get. It's got to be the lousiest stuff I've ever seen. It takes like 6-7 hours to download a video. But anyway, they claim they're going to go to fiber optics and beef it all up and stuff. And if I can get at least 10 meg, you know, double what I'm getting right now, then I got a good chance I can go live and stuff. And I might do we might do a live show for all y'all who want to talk a little bit, and we can just talk fish and everything. Every kind of fish. I love all kinds of fishing. It don't matter what kind of fish we talk about. I do all different kinds of fishing. I'm just focusing on the crappie right now. But I love bluegilling and I love catfishing, and I've caught plenty of catfish, guys. I don't have hardly any catfish videos on there, and that's something that I really want to boost up this year, is to do me like once a month, do a catfish video in the spring or the summer, just to give you guys another taste of something different. And I got a few trout videos on there now. So I had some from last year, and I used to trout fish all the time. Trout fishing is fun. Trout's good to eat, but I prefer crappie. You know, people say you throw them back, they're good eating. Yeah, but crappie to me tastes a little bit better. Sacole, you know what I'm saying? We're talking, it's some good eating. It's hard to beat crappie. And the only fish I've ever tasted that can even compare to crappie is walleye. Walleye and crappie, they are really similar, and I like them both. I've never tried walleye until about 3 or 4 years ago. We caught one and I tried it, and man, I love it. Walleye is a good eating fish, there is no doubt. So that's like the two #1 fish I'd rather eat right there, walleye and crappie. And then bluegill's got to be after them. And then I like me some good old catfish every once in a while. So a lot of people don't, but man, you get me some lemons and onion, I love some catfish. I love that catfish. It's a tender eating fish, and as long as it comes out of good running water or clean water, it don't have that muddy taste to it, it's good. I love it. There it goes. Oh man, what is this? Pretty powerful. Oh, it's a bass. What you doing there, buddy? Easy. Get him in a minute. He's not wore out yet. There we go. Boy, you can tell he's been in this cold water for a while. He's almost turned white. These are really dark and pretty bass, but he's light colored. That's your January bass right there, guys. But he's a good one. Later. Oh, I caught a crappie and didn't even know I had him on there. Been dragging him for a minute, looks like. Little guy. Alright, later. He got plenty of energy. Now right in there, there's always a good chance of having a big dynamite crappie. It's just the perfect cove for one to hang out and feed a little bit. Now little ones too, but sometimes them big boys like to get in there. Oh, there was a big boy up there ahead. Look, sounded like he was after some bait too. He probably done got his bait and headed his way. I'm just hoping we'll pick off another one here and there. It's getting super cold. When it gets cloudy this time of year, guys, it gets cold. I mean, tough. But hey, we're still trying to catch that old slab daddy. See if we can find him. Oh, there he goes. Well, that ain't the slab daddy, but he's a good one. Little black crappie. Yes, sir. Just about, man, he's kind of borderline. I think I'm going to let him have another chance. Later. He's gone. Some of that old duckweed's floating in here from the river. That's what happens when it's starts rising just a tiny bit, stuff starts moving around. Oh, there was a fish. I don't know what he was. He was big. Probably a big old grinnell or something. Or, you know, a bowfin. Or, I don't think a gar would be attacking it right now, but you never know. He's just big, whatever he was. May have been a bass, but he didn't act like a bass. There he is, and he's a big one. I guess he is a bass. Wow, he's strong. He is a bass. Wow, he's a pretty good one. Easy there, bud. Oh yeah. Another cold water bass. Oh yeah, easy. He's a pretty one. He's a little darker than the last one I caught. He's pretty. Man, they're healthy. Alrighty. Later. You want to get over? There he goes. Had to figure out where he was at. Yeah, this needs a minute. Had crappie bites and had no success, so let's see if we can catch right here. I've been wanting to use this big tank, so I'm going to try to use him. Now that's a tank. He's all the way, he's about 4.5 inches long. See if anything will jump on that. Some of these old minnows, man, went up there to get some, and they didn't have no crappie minnows, so I had just a few. And they dug everything out of there, and I got some of the overgrown ones. But hey, you know, they still catch a fish. I've caught tiny crappie on them overgrown ones. You never know what you're gonna catch. Here it goes. Got one chasing this big minnow. See if he's gonna get it or not. There he goes. I jerked him right out of the water. He got that big old minnow, but he's a fairly good sized crappie. Yeah. He needs to grow a little bit, but look at that. He had that big old minnow. Later. Put this tank back on there again. It caught what I thought it was going to catch, a little crappie. But since I got it, I still got the minnow. I want to try it again. Let him try. See if he can catch a big one. If a big boy sees it, he might jump on it. So we'll see. But yeah, at least we caught another one. This is a Sonar, and this is the Sonar chirp right here. That's down imaging and that's side imaging. You don't see much there, but look right up under the boat. But if I turn the trolling motor on, I spook them off. That's all fish. But they're not really biting. They're from, you know, 2.5 to 4.5 feet deep. But there's a bunch of them. And every once in a while, I'll get one of them to bite my corks. But right now, I'm just kind of going back and forth through them, trying to get me to get one on my pole. Usually, there's not hardly anything there, and I catch a fish. But when you see them, they're just grouping up. They're not really feeding, I don't guess. They're just grouping up, getting ready for the cold front coming. But you will catch a straggler that will bite here and there, so it's always a good run back and forth through them if you can. There he goes. Oh man, oh, I lost him. That was a monster on that big minnow too, man. That was the one I was looking for, man. Oh well. Oh, look at that. There's another something right there. Yep. Oh, got a little one. If I can get him in. Easy there, guy. Little bitty one. I lose the big one and catch the little bitty one. Later. There he goes. Oh, bass. He's out here with the crappie. Easy, guy. I got you. Just hang on. I'll let you go. Easy. Yep. They sure went to a light color out here. Later. Yep, I think I got all the goodies out of them. I can't find no more to bite. So I'm just about to head to the house. It's almost dark anyhow. Probably can't see much anyhow. I was hoping for one more big one, but probably ain't gonna happen. I think I got the last one to bite, the last two fish to bite, and that was bass. So look at here. I say that and then I watch my corks acting funny right there. Yeah. But I'm gonna put them up. We had fun. It's been a good year. I caught some fish. First crappie fishing trip of 2023. We'll take it. Oh, look at here. There he goes. Got another one right here at dark. Oh, that's probably gonna be my last one. I'm thinking, I don't know. I guess you guys can still see him. He's getting dark on me. Yeah, we'll take him.